Why should note-taking include both information and action items? Should a note itself, an individual one, contain both information and action items? And we see so many note-taking apps that provide also options to make action tracking in their task management capabilities.
Paperless movement, your productivity, your way.
The key understanding, I think, from my perspective and what we see from the inner circle members that we are coaching there around this topic, is you can leverage these functionalities inside the note-taking apps in order to quickly note down action items that you need to follow up with. But this only works if you have proper routines in place to process these action items in your actual action system. Because something we don't believe is that you are able to manage all your actions as a busy professional inside a note-taking app with the capabilities they provide you there, which is usually just a due date and maybe a prioritization or something like that. You need to have a proper task management tool or even a project management tool in order to clearly lay out all the priorities aligned with your goals. If you are not a busy professional juggling dozens of tasks daily, then this might work.
And we do think that the more you separate information and action, the better. Talking about clarity and talking about getting things done. The moment that you start mixing up information and action items, the things become chaotic. The moment that a thought quickly comes into our head, we need to think about, is it information, is it action? If possible, the moment that you create actions inside a note-taking app that you use for note-taking, I mean information management, then you should have a routine where you can go through, quickly, being able to search all those actions that you didn't process yet, and then start moving them to your action system. That is where you can create your priorities, your deadline, adding additional, because we have to think about something. The moment that an action system appears out of the blue, it's not easy to create it properly in the right system with the right information to give context. Things that emerge out of the blue, unexpected things that appears on your way, you don't know if that affects your team, if that affects a certain project, if that's an idea that you should store in some other single source of truth to be processed later on. And it's by delaying that process part that you are able to end up with system that has everything in the right place. Create them properly in the right place, then is when your productivity system works pretty well and you don't get confused between information and action.
Why should note-taking include both information and action items is that we consider writing down action items also as note-taking, but understanding the different types of information that you're capturing there. Maybe there's an action item appearing and you are able to quickly jot this down in Todoist. It ends up directly in your action system. Why would you need intermediate step to do that? But then again, if you do it in a note-taking app, you might have a lot more context around this action, what needs to be done. So therefore it might make sense to do it this way and then create a more detailed action later on. The key is just to have the right systems in place that you process this into. If you want to force this into one single tool as your ultimate single source of truth, then at least inside this tool there should be some way where you have different areas in order to place the different information, leverage the information later on and the action items. That's where we strongly believe that having specific tools that are dedicated to these specific things like action and information is much easier to handle than using highly flexible tool and try to set up everything yourself inside one tool.
I think that it's important to have in mind tools that you can use for quick capturing, one related to information and the one related to action, because the moment that anything emerges in your brain, you can quickly capture that element.
So how do you feel after seeing all this? Do you think your productivity system is at this level? Take our free 3-minute quiz to find out. Whether you struggle with note-taking, PKM, task or project management, or even workflow automation, we've got you covered. Depending on your results, you'll get a tailor-made free email course starting right after you finish the quiz that will instantly level up your productivity system with laser-focused, actionable advice. Click the link in the description below and unlock your full potential. And we are personally here to help you succeed. So let's ICOR together.